All right, the turn 8, Germany. There's one more turn left, turn 9. So those are the victory objectives that the Axis have. The 5 on the top are the ones that are kind of in question. So the Allies got to knock, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So they got to knock at least 3 of those off and keep the Axis from getting any more. And we will. I wanted to make note that I've been showing these objective cards, at the end or beginning of a turn, and I happened to notice that the China-Burma national objective was still in there for having the Burma Road open. They haven't had that for quite a while, and I haven't been giving them the money either, but I just forgot to take the card out. So we'll come over here to Germany, where they are set up. I will do the Russian battles first, and then I will move it down to Spain, where they're going to try and retake Spain. Well, I guess they never had it, but they're going to try and take Spain from the U.S., I should say. Can't find the dice tray. All right. So let's basically, there's one Russian tank here, but everybody and their brothers coming out to play. Take that out. That's going to be a freebie there. The artillery's coming from there. Infantry. 2 infantry. And I've got these 2 planes and these 2 planes. So that's 2 fighters, 2 tanks. The 2 tanks are going to sit put. These 4 tanks are coming in with this paratrooping 2 infantry out of that bomber. And then the infantry artillery coming up out of Iran into the Caucasus. And we will see just how these go. There's really nothing there too terribly hard other than, Stalingrad there. So we'll start up here on the north. I got 2 heavy tanks. I'll just roll those. Oh crap, no hit. Alright, so 5 artillery and 7 men. So I'll have 10 at 2. Oh no. I've rolled 7 dice without any hits. There we go. And the Russian tank defends with nothing. Alright, so he is out of there. Walk on the next one. I've got 2 Stukas for tactical or target select. Oh, I have to roll that one again. No, nothing. Alright, so 2 3s, 2 1s, 2 2s for the remaining forces. 2 hits, so that's half the Russians. They fire back and get 1, so let's take off the German infantry. We'll just know there's 2 Russians left. So now I need another blue, so I've got 4 planes, infantry, artillery, and then an infantry by itself. 4 hits, that's what I needed on the first round. So the 2 Russians that are left, 1 hit. Alright. So we take it, and that's about it. There's nothing exciting there. Alright, so we blitzed over here into Stalingrad. There is no anti-aircraft guns, so that transport plane is fine. So we have 2 1s and 4 4s. 4 hits. That's all that's there. 2 infantry, artillery, and a heavy tank. Alright, survey says 2 hits back. It's the paratroopers. well, I seriously doubt that the Germans hold Stalingrad. Down there in the Caucasus, no hits. Russian return, 1 hit. Alright, we'll back out of that because I've got 2 more guys following up for next turn. Or Italy could take it, one of the 2. So we'll retreat out of that battle. So these planes, we'll land all of them in Ukraine. We're going to drive these 2 tanks to the Ukraine. All these are up in Archangel. The ships will head back to the naval base in Western Germany. Transports will move 4 guys up to Norway. These 2 Stukas are going to fly back to Western Germany. And I'm taking 2 fighters from Western Germany along with the 4 infantry into Spain. And the only reason I'm really doing that is to keep the U.S. from building forces there. So in reality, we got 2 fighters and 4 infantry at 1. No. U.S. fires back. Hit. Alright, so we're down to 3 infantry. Oh, I do need that one. There we go. Tank gets another hit, so there's only 2 infantry in Spain. So put a marker there. They won't hold Spain, but that's okay. All right, so these 2 planes fly back to Paris. All right, so on this side, I'm going to move this anti-aircraft gun. I don't even know if it can get anywhere. So we'll just move it to Leningrad. All right, so we're going to move the tank and mech. Rail them 1, 2, 3. We got 5 that we can rail. So that would be 2 more artillery and 1 infantry. From Yugoslavia, we can rail 2 into Ukraine. And what else can we do? We're going to move 1 into Belgium. He's going to just march back. Artillery into Paris. I got 1 tank here I can rail 3. And we'll rail them into Poland. Over here we're going to move the 2 infantry into northern Iran. And that should do it. So I did buy down the 3 points of damage in Normandy. So I can place 3 guys there. Oh, I did forget, I was going to move these 4 guys up as well. Well, 3 of them. I need to guard Paris more than I do need to guard Normandy. So we'll place 3 guys in Paris. Alright, so we're going to place a bomber here with 2 infantry. Trying to count my steps back for this bomber. I didn't land 1, 2, 3, so I really can't get anywhere with that one to haul any infantry next turn. Alright, so we'll put 3 infantry there. 2 tanks in Yugoslavia, 1 tank in Germany, along with an artillery in Yugoslavia and that last fighter in Germany. Alright, so what did Germany gain? 1, 2, 3, and Stalingrad, so 5. So we can add another 5 to Germany, which only puts them at 58. And Russia down to 15. I'm sure they're going to take a little bit back. Let's pull these markers off for the moment. Well, I hate it when they flip over. They're hard to pick up. Alright, so Russia, the obvious move is to take Stalingrad back. And they're going to try and take Rostov's to keep the Germans from hitting that next turn. Now that I look at that, these guys can't get to Moscow, so really I should have not sent all those there. I should have sent a bunch of them here. Alright, that was a mistake. Thank you very much. Alright, so we want to block and take that for sure, so we'll send 2. We're going to send these 2. We're going to send 4 into there with the fighter. And we're going to send 2 guys into here with that artillery. And we are sending the stack into Bryansk with that artillery. So let's send that down to... So yeah, I'm clearing out Moscow. And really the only threat that, you know what? What am I buying? Yeah, let's not send all of them. And then we're going to send 1 here to block these 2 tanks. I think Moscow is safe. Regretting sending that British fighter up there to Moscow. They should have went to Calcutta. Oh well, it's not a ton that can be done about that now. So those are the attacks. I think I'll move that camera forward to get a better view. And while I'm doing that, I see that the battery's low, so I'm going to shut her down here and change batteries. Alright, so I forgot to show the purchases for the turn, so if you can imagine a bunch of units there on the German roundel, that would be good. Russia's down to infantry and 1 artillery. Britain infantry and a tank. Italy went 2 tanks this turn and a bunch of infantry. Anzac, Canada, transports, guys, Japan, some defensive units, obviously, and the U.S., really their final purchase that matters because they're so far away from the front line. So those units will only have 1 opportunity on that last round to do anything. Alright, so let me set this down and turn it. Alright. Let's see, I think Russia will do fine. Start here with 3 twos against a German infantry. Got a hit. German infantry, nothing. You know, maybe I should make sure that's recording. Yep, it is. Alright, so that one's gone. So the next one, we got 3 twos. There's 2 hits, that's all they got. 2 Germans, 1 hit back. So, chipping time, which is fine, I guess. Grab a Russian infantry, make it look legal. Alright, so those Germans are gone. Alright, going into Rostov against the Italian tank is a 3 and a 4, 1 hit. Italian tank gets a hit back. Alright. So that effectively keeps Stalingrad. Well, no, Italy will still have a chance to open that up. Alright, so, Stalingrad. So we got 3 4s, 2 2s. Ooh, 2 hits. Not good. How will Stalingrad turn out? 1 hit back. I did forget that Russian fighter, so I'll roll that. I missed anyway. Alright, so I think they had 2 and they got 1. So, now it doesn't look good for the Stalingrad crew. They are surrounded. Kind of ironic, huh? That they got cut off. And also, if you notice, the Italians were defending their flank and supply line there. So, history in action right here. Alright, so here is the Russian roll. They got 3 hits, they only needed 2. And Germany got 1 back, so 3 tanks in Stalingrad. So for a brief second, Germany had another victory point and then they lost it. So I'll put that one over there just so you can see how many they actually got 2, but it's obviously turned over on the gray side because the Allies have it. Probably what I should do is send that fighter there to reinforce. Alright, and that was it. So does it matter what Russia does now with its money? Yeah, I guess it does, because they can stockpile Moscow or Stalingrad, but there won't be any Italian counterattacks, so. Alright, so their purchases are 5 more infantry, actually 6 more infantry and artillery. Alright, so this fighter will come back. Trying to think what else. We don't need that guy there, we'll just rail him to Moscow. In the Far East, right now Germany, well, they only have 2 of the resources of the 3 that they need. If I abandon this one and go after this one in Manchuria, then a transport just comes and takes it. So I think what I'll do is I'll split it up and at least give the Russians the opportunity to take Manchuria next turn. Not a very good turn. Or a good chance, I should say. Alright, Lend-Lease. 4. Destroyer. Now they don't have Archangel or $5, so they get an extra $5 to go on to their 1, 2, 4. They gain 4 back. So that would be 19, that would be 24. We'll give it to them just so it looks like they got some money. Alright, now we'll set up Britain's turn and pause the video for a second. Alright, so here's British 8th turn, and 2 battles on the Europe side. It's my understanding that when the Allies attacked the Iberian Neutral Alliance, you know, Spain and Portugal, that these will turn Italian, which I assume will be on their turn. So this one really kind of threatens, not really, but you don't want any risk of that getting there. But being it's turn 8, these are probably not going to be able to do anything anyway. So Britain's going to attack that, and then they're going to try and get rid of that destroyer. So there's 2 planes that can scramble because Malta has an air base, but honestly that doesn't seem to be the best move for Italy. So we're going to bring in our 4 ships, destroyer, 2 cruisers, and we're bringing that fighter down from London because they have the tech, radar, and air traffic control, so they get +2 to their movement. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lands on the carrier. These 2 fighters will just come over for grins. I will land 1 on the carrier though, and then the other has 3 movements and he'll head back. So I'm going to get a dice tray, wherever that might be. Alright, so I can put it here, I think. Yep. And all the dice, and where they all are. Well, not all of them, but a chunk of them. Alright, so there's no scramble there. So Britain's going to have 4 3s and a 2. Only 1 hit, which is all they needed, so maybe they should have scrambled. Nothing back. Alright, thank you, Italian destroyer. Alright, so down here are these pseudo-Italian Portuguese infantry. There will be a 3, a 4, and 2 2s. We will not target select. Oh, 1 hit, which would have been the target select. Oh. So let's see if I played that one right. No hits, so it didn't matter. Alright, so the same roll. There's that other one. So the Portuguese Mozambique is gone. Alright, so that guy bites the dust. Britain does gain a point. Not that it matters at this part of the game. I will make the moves over here, non-com, and then on the Pacific side, the super battleships are in action again. I kind of like having 2 British battleships on the Pacific side. And we'll slide them in there. They got 2 left, right? Oh, they can't make it there. 1, 2. Alright, so they're in Mozambique. These 3 rail up. Now, what have I got to do here? Well, I can bring these 2 British units into there, but they ain't gonna be able to get to do anything next turn, are they? So I guess they'll stay there. And then this bomber will transport 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, so there we go. Sometimes when you make some moves on the BBR and you're at the turn, turn before the end, sometimes you're just not going to get into a position to do anything. So some things are off the board that you'd normally do in another game. Alright, that is it. And down here I'll be placing, I think, 2 infantry. Yeah, because I can place 5 in Calcutta. But now that I think about it, why place anything here? Let's redo that buy. Well, I'd have to take an infantry off, so I'm not really saving anything. But I am getting 1 more infantry into Calcutta. That might be the difference between life and death. So I'll take 1 infantry off the buy for Britain. Alright, on this side, there's no sense attacking Burma since Japan came in full force, but let's get those heavy battleships or super battleships into action here. And hopefully that bombardment can get some hits, because I only have an infantry and artillery attacking. So they can only have 2 of the 4 bombardments, so you're going to have the battleships, obviously. Alright. 3. Got a sweep. Alright, now you have to hope that Japan doesn't get any in return. And they didn't. So there you go. I think that takes away an oil point. Let me count them up. Britain goes up 4. Japan dropping down, sliding down the chute. Alright, so oil, they have none on this side. 1, 2, 3. Yep, they did. They went down. So one of those that was in jeopardy bit the dust. So let's take a peek. That is it, because there's no movement other than I am going to move that British fighter from Moscow down to Stalingrad and make its last stand there. And then in Calcutta, I'm placing 5 guys and a tank. And South Africa gets nothing, because it's not going to matter. Alright, Italy is up, and they will attack the Med. Guess I might as well move it back so I can see the board. We're going to attack those British chumps. Oh, that fighter went back. There we go. They're out of there. Alright. So, 1 attack. We're going to hope that that knocks out Stalingrad. Or knocks out Rostov, so that the Germans at least have a chance to take Stalingrad. And what else do we got? Alright, so we're going to take the whole damn fleet. 2 cruisers, battleship, sub, destroyer. Alright. So we have 3 fighters and a tactical. And you know, I probably should use that bomber. Let's do that. So that's really just those two attacks. Alright. Let's do the key one up there at the north. 2 2s, and the 3 is the tank. Oh, the tank hit. Oh, so did the Italians. Rostov is back in Italian hands. A little too late for the besieged Germans that were in Stalingrad, but looks like there'll be some more heading that way. Oh, dang it. I gotta stop throwing, guys. If I can't hit my target, don't throw it. Alright, so the invasion, not invasion, but the naval battle here in the Mediterranean. I got 2 2s, 2 3s, and a 4. That's my ships. I do have jet fighters for Italy. Tactical. And need one more dice for the bomber. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Ouch. 2 3 4 5 6 7. That's everything. I was hoping there'd be some British left, or at least a second round to weaken the Italians, but it does not look as though it's meant to be. Oh no, 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 that did not pan out. That did not even remotely pan out. We'll lose the sub. Unbelievable. That ruined my whole plan. Oh, for crying out loud. Alright, well, we got all those transports there. We're going to have to send the fighters back to Rome. Rome's the most important thing here. So we got some guys we're going to put there. So let's take, got those transports. Let's take 2 guys there and 2 guys there. So we're kind of building up our islands, because one of the victory points that we have is the Mediterranean islands. Well, they can't reach these 2, so I don't got to worry about that. But these 3 are on the front line, and we've got those 2 artilleries. We'll just move those to northern Italy. We don't care about southern France anymore. We will move into Paris though, just in case. Alright, so all these planes are back in Rome, because that's where we need to protect. We need to protect those transports as well. Alright, that is the end of Italy's turn. So let me place out their goods. I'll place 2 tanks and an infantry in Cairo, and 3 infantry in northern Italy, 3 infantry and artillery in southern. I think they should be okay in Rome. I don't want to lose Rome. France's turn. Now, this was part 2 of my grand strategy. Was France was going to come in and mop up those Italians, which is a lot harder now, but you know what? What else is France going to do with these ships for this game? So there is 4 ships versus 4 ships. But it doesn't look very fair, does it? Britain was supposed to do some more damage. Alright, the other thing is Free France reclaims Alexandria. Woohoo! And just to be nutty, this transport is coming up here. We're going to grab this man in artillery and attack Jordan. Try and weaken some Italian counterattacks. Alright, so first, walk on amphib, one hit. Italy gets nothing. One hit. Italy gets one. Alright, so Transjordan is back in the hand of Britain. Britain's climbing back up. Oh, I just trashed everything. I gotta stop throwing. Stop throwing stuff, and then I threw some more stuff. Okay. Alright, so the big naval battle that was supposed to be a somewhat lesser naval battle. Alright, so we got 2 2s, a 3, and a 4. Alright, French Navy got 2 hits. And the response, the battleship boost one of the cruisers to a 4. So there's 2 4, a 3, and a 2. Oh, the Italians starting to get nothing. So the French are laying into them. Alright, well, we'll lose those 2 because... Oh, wait a minute. If I turn that, then I got a 2 and 4 and a 3. So let's do that. Alright. So France fires back with a 2 2s, 3 and a 4. 2 hits. Alright, so that will have to be those 2. They have a 2, 3, and a 4 back. 1 hit. Let's get rid of that sub. Alright, 2, 3, and a 4. 1 hit. Italian cruiser, defend yourself. 1 hit. Alright, so we'll lose the destroyer. The Italian Navy has been wiped out. The British Navy has been wiped out. The French Navy is almost wiped out. However, they are the largest navy in the Med on turn 7. So, joy to the world on that. Alright, so now... Oh, you gotta be kidding me. I had 2 French fighters in Gibraltar that could have done participated in that battle. But it did go pretty well anyway. Okay, so I've got that French transport with 1 guy. There's not a dang thing he can do. But it's going to bring him over here nonetheless. Into Libya. Oh yeah, because on the final turn, if they survive, he can grab one of those islands. Alright, that is the end of France's turn. Canada. What is Canada gonna do? They've got some options. They have some options. What could we could maybe take that. How many transports they got? They have 3. No, they have 4. 4 transports. And that's, what is that, 6? 6 units. I might be able to take Malta, but I think I'm gonna not go that route. Oh man, if this is the one opportunity to take an island away, though, because originally I was going to use the Canadians to hit Normandy. Because I think that the Axis is going to get that. They're going to get the wall. Atlantic Wall victory point. Now let's see what I got here. I've got 3. There's 1 transport. Move those out of the way. Those planes could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and land in Libya. Alright, so let's send those in there. They will have 2 left. What if we just sent 3 transports? Because I got those fighters. And that gives us 4 transports in that sea zone, so that'll be 2 1s as a defense. And then we'll take Spain with these other 3. And you know what, we might as well send these destroyers into here. We'll come down with this other transport. They'll hit Spain. Because honestly, if the US takes Spain this turn, can they build on it on turn 9? Sure, but that doesn't mean they won't be able to do anything with those units. Alright, so, oh, here's 4 US soldiers there. That's nice. And those are all on Gibraltar. So our scramble on Gibraltar is getting low. Let's take one of these destroyers, put it up here. We're going to need to block a bunch of subs and German ships on that next to the last tack. Alright, back in Gibraltar you go. Alright, so Canadians on the move. The naval amphibious assault, they'll have 2 3s, 4 2s, and I need another 1. There we go. Alright, there are 6 Italians defending the island. 2 of them are now gone. Here's 4 2s. They got 1. And here's the other 2. So only 1. Alright, so that moves them down to that. And goodbye, Canadian. So let's take that off the board. Oh, that's a good roll. You got them all. +1. Alright, so Italy's defense 1. Okay, well, there you have it. Canada is rescuing the Allies. Another victory point is now off the board. And those fighters will land in Libya, and those two mech and tank will go. Ooh, you know what? I'll leave them there in case I have an opportunity to do something with those transports. Because they can always blitz into you know what? Let's help the French out. Alright, in Spain, there's 2 2s, 2 1s, and a 3. 2 German infantry there. 1 hit. Germans fire back. 1 hit. Ooh, Canada misses that one. Germany misses. Canada gets a hit. Germany misses. Alright. So believe it or not, Canada just went up 3 more points. I'm not even sure I have that many Canadian roundels. I'm looking. I'm looking. Oh, for crying out loud. How hard can this be? There we go. Alright. By German. Boom. And boom. Look at that. Canada owns the Iberian Peninsula. Alright. So I will place thereby, which is another infantry, artillery, and transport. The problem is, next turn will be 9, so all they'll be able to do is to come across to Morocco, Spain, or Gibraltar. But if they were needed, you know, for a victory point, then that would be helpful. Alright, so Germany, alright, they're down to 12 exactly. The Axis, I mean. 12 victory points. So it's getting dire. Alright, so the next is Anzac. And I don't think they have any attacks. They're going to move up their transport. They're going to take this bomber with 2 infantry, 1, 2, 3, 4, into Calcutta. Probably can't see that, but that's where they went. These 2 fighters will go. What will they go? Well, they'll just fly over here to Borneo, right? That fighter will come up. This destroyer slides into the American fold. You know, Borneo, do I need to defend it or defend Celebes? I don't want to walk on there, but I say that. There's only 1 Japanese transport on the map. And it's in Japan, so I don't need to defend Celebes. Alright. Their purchase was 2 transports and a destroyer. So we will put those out and go to Japan's turn. Japan turn 8. The naval battle is happening. The only question is, will it be 1 or 2 naval battles? I might stretch myself thin and go after that British Navy because they've been wreaking havoc there in the Money Islands. However, let's see what we got here. I'm going to move these guys. They didn't take Midway. I'm going to line everything up here so I can see what we got. And I think probably have enough to hit both of those fleets. And I'll have coming in so, there's the tacticals. That is a lot of fighters. Gotta bring in 2 carriers. Alright, so that is that. I'm going to save a carrier just for a defense of the homeland there. Did I buy? Yeah, I bought a destroyer, so let's bring that destroyer in. Alright. I think that's enough to get the job done. Which means I'll have down here in the south a carrier with 3 planes, which would be 2 fighters and attack on it. And we'll bring the planes from the Philippines and the 2 bombers, because we don't really care. Alright, a battleship, a cruiser. Okay, so in the south battle, I can take that carrier in and soak up some hits because my planes can land wherever they want. Therefore, I can bring 1 more tactical north to this battle. Alright, so let's roll out this American battle here. So we've got 3 2s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 3s. And here's 4. There's another 3 at here. Alright. Here's 5 of the 9 3s. 3 hits, so that wasn't too good. So I need 4 of those. And then we have 5 4s. So maybe I should have brought more in. Alright, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 total hits. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Well, I can't see a need to save those carriers because it doesn't look like they're going to survive this battle. 7 2s. Here's 5. It's 2 hits. 2 more. No, nothing there. 2 3s. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 4s. Dice everywhere. Alright, so that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So total of 8. So they dished out as much as they took. So obviously the super carriers are taking 2 hits each. Four, or 3, and a cruiser because I have a battleship. All right. That would be 8 hits. So these are all gone. Not looking too choice for the U.S. Navy. Alright, so yeah, I'm going to leave it that way because I'm going to take some casualty here again. Alright, so 2, 4, 6, 8 threes. 4 gets 3 hits. 2 more, so that's 5 hits. And we have 5 fours. Oh, that was 5. That's a wipe, right? 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep. So the U.S. is down. There's a 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. They get 4 back. So let's take the 4 tacticals. No, we don't have any carriers to defend there, do we? Yeah, because we're going to use those fighters for defense. Alright, so the U.S. fleet is now gone, which means that transport is gone. Alright, so I got 3 fighters coming back and landing on this carrier. And then 4 fighters landing in Guam. And these 3 ships, or 4 ships I should say, are on their own. They will be probably annihilated by those U.S. Alright, so that is that battle. Which means down south we're going after those super battleships. Alright, move it back a hair. Alright. So in this battle, 1, 2, 3, 4 threes, 5 fours. Oh, good roll. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that would be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's a wipe. That gets them all. So much for the super battleships. Let's see what they do in return here. They got 4 coming back. Oh no. They went down like the Repulse, like the Hood, like the Prince of Wales. Alright. Well, that ends their conquest of the South Pacific there. And we will lose a bomber, because we don't care about that. Can't really defend. Oh, you're going too. Alright, so that means in that sea zone, carrier, battleship. Alright, so I want some fighters to protect here, because I'm going to bring down that transport to the Philippines with that destroyer and 2 fighters. And that will give us an option of maybe retaking Borneo, although it doesn't seem likely. But you never know. Alright, so that is the end of their combat. I'll do some positioning around here. We're going to set up for either an assault on Calcutta or a defense of Burma. Alright. And we're going to pull back because up here, we don't care about all those extra territories on the final turns. Alright, so I'll place Japan's purchases out here. So I'm going to put 2 tanks at each of the factories on the mainland, and an artillery here and an infantry there. 4 infantry here, sub, transport, destroyer. Alright, so that'll be China's turn. They're going to keep their pursuit into Shanghai there, sending the whole 9 yards. Alright, these 2 will try and just take that guy for grins. Alright, so 3 and a 1. Well, that was a 2, so it's still a hit. Japan returns fire with nothing. Alright. Japan is shrinking. Alright, I'm just going to roll. Well, you never know. Let's roll that 3, 2 cavalry, and 1 of the artillery pairs. Oh yeah, plenty of hits there. So Japan returns fire with nothing. Thanks for participating there, mister. Alright, well, that's 3 down, so that moves China up to 7. And Japan down to 41, so they are shrinking severely. And now China is on Shanghai's doorstep here for the final round, but it looks like Japan has plenty enough to deal with that. Forgot to land my bomber. Alright, that's it for China. US is going to have to come in and finish off that fleet. Got 3 subs, 4 subs. I think I might as well bring that in. The 2 fighters. 1, 2, 3, 4, and land on the island. Alright. What am I saving that carrier for, you say? Well, I might need it for, and you always need a carrier for an island invasion. Right now, Japan doesn't have all the islands, specific islands, do they? They have 1, 2, 3. So they lost that one too. So the axis is down to 11. So they are below the victory point level. Alright, well, I can send the plane because the plane that's there's an air base. 1, 2, 3. No, I'm not. We're just going to have to make do with those little units. Oh, I do have a bomber down here. No, I was going to use him to move 2 of those guys. So, you're right. Forget that. Alright. But you know what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Can't make it. Alright. But you know, I could land on that island and take that guy somewhere. Just be 1 though. Let's leave him out. Alright, so the subs I have to roll separate because there's no destroyer. So there's 4 subs. Oh, oh my gosh. So 1, 2, 3. They don't even get to fire back. Alright, so now I have a destroyer and 2 fighters. Oh my gosh. That was amazing for, I think it was 7 of 8 hits. So they're all dead. They get to fire back with a 2 and a 4. The battleship being damaged is at a 2, but the cruiser being combined arms with the battleship is a 4. Now they got 2 back and made them pay, I guess, if you want to say that. Alright. So now, boom. That is it on this side of the board. We're going to move this destroyer up here. Transport's coming down, man artillery and the sub. Move the sub to midway. No. Alright, so that's a huge pile of metal over here from the oceans. Alright, and we're placing units on our turn here. Okay, I was in Canada, or Alaska. So there's 3. 6. 9. So there's the 9. What else can we do? Oh, we can put a fighter. That's 10. That's 10 units there. And then the rest I'll put on the other side when we get that turn done over there. Right now I'll just put them in Canada. Alright. So let's turn it around. For this side, what will America do on this side of the table? Well, Canada's already taken back a metric ton of stuff. So, it seems like the right thing to do is to hit the Atlantic Wall, because we're not going to get through that to Rome. So let's send 2 transports. And we'll send them into there. We'll pull these guys from Morocco because we don't really need them down there. Alright, so that is 2 guys, infantry. Tank. I wonder if I should leave that tank behind. Nah. This bomber is going to bring 1 infantry from London and paratroop him and then land down here. These 2 bombers will do carpet bombing. And then I got 2 fighters here. The question is, do I want to send some stuff to protect that Italian fleet? Because I don't need that carrier. I've got enough destroyers to block the German Navy. And we'll move 1 up into there. And if we use this one to block there, that is a total of 9 ships. Germans only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that effectively blocks all their ships. So we will send these 3. I'm going to leave that cruiser for a bombardment on that final round. So we're sending the carrier and the U.S. destroyer to help out the French. And then these 2 transports, just bring these 2 over into Spain. They'll march up into Spain. And that's where we're at. So we've got that battle in Normandy. Alright, so let's do that carpet bombing. I got 2 of those heavy bombers. So there's 2 hits and 1 hit. So that's 3 hits off the bombers. It's kind of a big deal. Alright, so there's no bombardment. There's 2 fighters. There's a tank. Infantry, artillery, and then 2 infantry at 1. Oh my gosh, 1 hit. It's a good thing those bombers got some hits. Alright, so the Germans had 6. Yeah, so here's 4. It's 2 hits. 3 hits. Alright, well that wipes out the 3 infantry. So that leaves 3 3s and a 2 left. 1 hit. 2 German infantry. Oh, what in the world? Is it important to take Normandy? I mean, Germany can only build 3 units there. They have to lose a fighter. Well, that's 3 less for the Canadians to deal with, so we'll lose a fighter. If I'd have known that, I'd have lost a bomber early on. Alright, so that's 2 3s versus a 2. No hits. So now I got to lose a 2nd fighter to take that? That is terrible. Oh well, I should have lost that bomber in the first round. So the battle for Normandy was very costly. However, the Allies do have a sizable follow-up in Spain. Alright, so non-com, I've moved those ships over to help the French. 2 more transports coming over. We'll land them in Spain as well. and 2 fighters, which will land in Gibraltar. And to place is really not a whole lot of stuff here. Bomber, 3 infantry, and artillery, and a transport. And the transport's not going to get to do anything because the Allies have been successful on the Morocco, Gibraltar, and Spain. Alright, so here's a look at the board as we're heading into the last turn. If you can believe the Free French roundels and Canadian roundels. The minor powers have been able to overrun the Axis. I mean, if the game was going to go longer, Moscow does fall, but it will not fall next turn. Calcutta, who knows? The Pacific, severely reduced. And we're looking at the victory points. They're down to 11 on the Axis. Let me see if they gained any of those back. No, they did not. Now they do have an option of getting the Atlantic Wall, retaking the Pacific Islands, the resources in Stalingrad, so they can get those back, and world oil, but the Allies will still have opportunities to retake them. So we shall see that at the final turn, turn 9.